Yeah. Cowboys Nation, what is good with y'all? Looking at my calendar, today is Tuesday, and if you follow Am, you know that not only is today Tuesday, tell the truth, but it's Tell the Truth Tuesday, y'all. So look, you know, getting excited about the season, and some things have kind of been ping-ponging around my brain, and I've just been thinking and rambling and doing some more thinking, and a couple of questions came to my mind, and quite frankly, I gotta tell the truth on them. So, you saw the thumbnail. Next man up, right? Now, in Cowboys Nation land, next man up, you hear that phrase for one reason. And typically it's when an unfortunate event has happened and we have lost a player due to injury. Now, knock on wood, God forbid that doesn't happen to any one of our guys this year, right? But over the course of this offseason, we did lose some key individuals. Some individuals who played pretty great roles for us and did a solid job for us when they did it. Now, you look at this roster back in like March, April, y'all, the cupboard was bare. And we were sitting here looking at all of these pieces that we no longer have and looking at these voids. And some people started to panic and said, hey, how are we going to do it? How are we going to run it back if we don't have the necessary pieces? But one thing I will do, and I will applaud the front office for doing, is when the cupboard is bare, doggone it, they bring some groceries into the house. Now you look at this draft, and it is a very solid one. I mean, we have some individuals on here who the potential is high, the ceiling is high, right? Don't want to rush anybody, but we all acknowledge that the potential at least is there. Now, I know media, propaganda starts to set in, the agenda sets in, and you start hearing them push certain individuals. Don't fall for it. Because like I know, we are all in by default. We got what we got. Mama said we had McDonald's at the house, so here it is. Now, there are individuals who can step into these positions, right? Tyron Smith is no longer with us. Well, we got Mr. Guyton, right? Big body. Big body. Big back. Big back, big back.
Big back, big back.
And I love it. You know, he's not the only one. We got a couple other big dudes on this roster. But you even heard reports that he's practicing with the 2s and 3s. They want to bring him along slowly. He's a great physical specimen. He's very athletic. But we gotta let him develop. I had an awesome conversation with Coach Marv today, and we were just talking about the guys that we acquired and things that go on in Dallas. And a lot of times what you will hear front office say, what you will hear coaches say, what you will hear fans say is draft and develop, right? But for some strange reason, that seems to apply to every single player on the roster with the exception of first-round picks. We want them to be microwave ready, pop them in, let's go. Now, I understand that is a premium pick, but I do not want us to fall into the trap and fall into the gap of pushing a player out there who is not ready, because you have the potential to do far more damage than good. You can mess up that individual permanently. I pray that is not the case with Mozzie Smith, but y'all know, I know, we know he had some serious issues on last year. Now, who are we? Who are the Dallas Cowboys? Now, that question depends purely upon who you ask and when you ask them. If you ask a Cowboys fan at the beginning of the season, they'll say, you know, we're the greatest franchise. We're the greatest fan base. We're America's team. You know, if you had potentially asked them that after Green Bay, the answer possibly would have been different. But if you ask the ops, right, they'll tell you something like, they're a bunch of underachievers. They aren't that good. They don't deserve to be called America's team. They're the most expensive piece of trash on this earth. A lot of foolishness like that, right? But who are the Cowboys really? We're probably the most popular sports fan base, right? Currently, we have a pretty solid group overall of coaching. We have no problem acquiring talent. Very talented group of individuals. But as a whole, when you look at it, it is a franchise who on the business side, if we were to do this franchise evaluation, if you will, it is an organization who exceeds expectations on the business side, on the money side, on the dollar side. They have that part down pat. It needs no perfection. They write the blueprint every single year of how to be relevant and how to capitalize on it. Now, when you look at the football side of things, you see an organization who appears at times to have the right pieces, but they may not have the coaches, or they'll have the coaches, but the talent isn't quite there. You know, we can't get right. We can't put it all together to save our lives. But we are an organization, unfortunately, that has underperformed on the football side. And as Coach Marv said, we won't get right in Dallas until football comes first. And I wholeheartedly believe it. Now, it's a possibility we can get a little lucky, but I don't want to fall on that. I want this organization to have a mission and a vision and to go out and execute. Now, that brings me to our final point. Good to great. Now, overall, we're a good franchise, and we have been for some time now. Quite honestly, once Tony Romo took the reins back in, what was it, 07? With barring injuries, we have had a good team pretty much every single season. We do good. Good is what we do. But Cowboys Nation, you see all the paraphernalia in the back. I'm wearing the shirt. I'm repping 24/7 because in Dallas there is no off season. But what I want to see in 2024 is this organization elevate from good to great. Dak Prescott is darn good. CeeDee Lamb is darn good. Trayvon Diggs is darn good. D-Law is darn good. Micah Parsons is sure enough good. But I think we all will agree that these individuals can be great. Mike McCarthy, he's a darn good coach. Mike Zimmer, a darn good coach. Will McClay, a darn good scout. And the Jones family, they are some darn good businessmen. But how do we take the good and add on to where we can be great? That is the question, ladies and gentlemen. And the devil is in the details. It's not doing some massive assignment or coming up with some awesome mantra at the beginning of the season. It's not that. It's doing the little things when nobody's looking, when the camera is off, when nobody's checking for you. That's when you do the things that separate the good from the great. Micah Parsons, sir, I appreciate everything you've done for this organization, and I hope you become a lifelong Cowboy player. But if you look right over my shoulder here, there's a very small sign. And that sign, ladies and gentlemen, says good players inspire themselves, but great players inspire others. I won't say nothing else on the topic. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been my time. And as I end every broadcast, good, better, best, never let it rest until your good becomes your better and your better becomes your best. Until next time, Cowboys Nation, y'all be blessed.